Hi there. I'm going to show you a few of the more than 25 stretches to the forearms, wrists, and hands out of the active isolated stretching method developed by Aaron Mattis. Try them along with me when I get started in a couple of minutes. If you do these every day, just takes 10 or 15 minutes. If you do them every single day, your hands will be much more flexible. They're going to have incredibly more range of motion, and they'll be much stronger with a balanced kind of strength. And there should be no pain whatsoever when you do these. So let me show you. On these particular stretches, if a movement is painful, it means that there's an inflammation in the joint that we're stretching. In this case, it would be the wrist. If there's any discomfort, do the stretch up to where you can't go, up to where you go before the discomfort starts, and don't move into the pain. Another thing to remember is each stretch should only take 2 seconds. So here, if I go up like this, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to come down. Then I'm going to go up and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. I like it better than 1 1,000, 2 1,000. The first time you do it, do the movement very gently. And the second time you do it, you want to go to what we call the barrier of the movement. And that means to the end of the movement where it doesn't easily move anymore. On the third stretch, you go 1 to 3 degrees beyond the barrier. And each successive stretch goes a little bit further than the last, unless there's discomfort. Remember to breathe out during each stretch and breathe in during the recovery movement. For instance, so I'm going to go up like this, I'm going to breathe out. And then as I come back, I'm going to breathe in. You generally do 6 to 8 of each of these stretches. We may do a few less. First, let's call the helping hand, the hand that's helping you stretch, the assisting hand. That's this hand here. And remember to actively initiate each stretch. Don't use your assisting hand to move it passively. So it goes up like this, and the assisting hand only works briefly at the end of the movement. So we'll begin with wrist flexion. So initiate with the hand. So you start counting after you move it actively, and you can't move it anymore, then you start the counting. So here we go. Keep your elbows straight, and you go down like this, and you count 1, 2, 3, and then bring it up, and bring it down. 1, 2, 3, and breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out, breathe in. And when you finish moving down, then count 1, 2, 3. Going a little further each time. Okay, so after you do that, then you're going to stretch at a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to change my angle a little bit here. And we're going to deviate toward the ulna 45 degrees. And we're stretching different parts of the structure. Remember to keep moving. Don't hold it in one place. Just keep going. And you go actively here, and here I'm stretching more the radial side of the forearm. Okay? Don't hold it. Be very gentle. Now move 45 degrees in the other direction toward the radius. You're deviating toward the radius, and we're going to do 5 or 6 of those. And just breathe. And don't go fast, go easy, go with me. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, now raise your hand into extension like this and stretch it with the assisting hand. Be sure to raise it actively and then count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Be sure to keep your assisting hand below the fingers. Don't have them up here. Have them down here, because we don't want to be stretching the fingers at this moment. Later on we will. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Be sure to breathe. Now let's do the angles. I'm going to come this way a little bit. So here we're going to go deviate toward the ulna. we're going to change and we're going to deviate in the other direction toward the radius. Here we're going to do this angle. You're going to get a whole other stretch on the fibers, more on the ulnar side. Actively initiate, go slow, keep your elbow straight. And now we're going to move to the fingers. So let's begin. We're going to go, then put your hand so that you can put it down on a pillow or a table or something. Or you can just hold it in the air. Begin with the index finger. So we're going to lift the index finger. Let me do it this way. Begin with the index finger and lift it into extension. Then place your assisting finger on the distal finger joint right here to perform the stretch. And here I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I bring it down with my strength, and I bring it up with my strength, and then I take it 1, 2, 3. We're going to take maybe 4 or 5 of these with each finger and breathe. 1, 2, 3. And remember, on the first one, we're going to go to the next finger. Just remember to go easy for the first one, just very easy. And the second one, you go to the barrier where you can't really go anymore. And the third one, you take it a little bit beyond the barrier, just a little tiny bit, like 1, 2, 3 degrees, just a little bit. No pain. Should not hurt at all. You go a little bit further each time you go. And your range of motion is going to increase dramatically if you do this every day. And do as many as is comfortable for you. You might do 3, you might do 6, whatever works for you. And you could also do 1 on each and keep going back and forth throughout them a number of times. Let's go to the small finger. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale when you come back. Okay, now we're going to do it in the opposite direction. So turn your hand over. I'm going to switch hands. I think it'll be easier for you to see. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So we're going to take it at this joint and we're going to bend it into flexion. And back down and up. And remember, if anything hurts, don't go that far. And as you do this, that joint will get healthier and healthier and the pain will hopefully disappear. And if there is some pain, for instance when you're here, it means that there's an inflammation there. It means most likely in a joint, this joint probably. Okay? Now let's go to the next finger. Breathe as you do it. And take your time and stretch each finger really thoroughly. You're also building strength in your other hand as you're doing it. And your finger. We'll try the middle finger now. And you can use 2 fingers if you want. Doesn't matter. Go slow, breathe. And we have the index finger. Okay, let's try the thumb now. So in order to do the thumb, we're going to open the hand like this, and we're going to wrap your finger around the distal joint of the thumb, and we're going to be stretching the adductors and all the thumb joints. So let's pull sideways this way, and we'll let it come in.